Author presents Back and Forth with NEVS and Sven, a program of writing rants and rebuttals.
When does your writing shift from personal gratification to something that you might want to publish? Well, when your writing has the following. Character arc. A reader needs to see your character grow, learn something, and change during the course of your story. Conflict. There needs to be tension in every single chapter. It could be an argument between two characters or inner conflict inside the character's own mind, but something to hold the reader's attention. A plot. You need a series of circumstances that give the reader a reason for taking this journey with you. Is this a boy meets boy story, a boy meets girl story? Is this discovering yourself through travel, or is this a murder mystery? The plot is the framework that gives the conflict and characters context. Okay, this next one is a bit debatable from my standpoint, but you have to grab the reader on the first page. And I'll be honest, for me, I pick up a book because I read the synopsis in the back. It's been recommended to me, or it's an author that I follow, or it's in the genre that I love, or all the above. But in all my experiences with agents and with publishers, they all tell me that you have to grab something on the first page, so that's how I've been writing, because that's what they're telling me, and since they hold the purse strings and they kind of hold all the cards, and that's kind of how readers seem to want things done these days, I follow the advice. You have to have a good ending, and I don't mean tie it up with a bow, and I don't mean, end all the conflict, but you have to have a conclusion with some part of the book. You have questions that you leave unanswered in the beginning, but you need to answer those questions by the end, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. Even if you have a book series, you need to end or resolve the questions within each book in that series. You can have an overall arc that you're still moving, but you still need to have a condensed vignette that has a beginning, middle, and end in each of those books within the series. If you don't have these elements in your story, then you're basically journal writing, and you're creating vignettes that can be put into an actual manuscript later on down the line. So don't tear it up, but just know that you really need these elements in order to have a story that you can then say, I'm going to publish. I can't stand it when someone asks me to read their work and they don't bother with plot, character arcs, hooks, and especially conflict. If you don't have the basics, then you shouldn't be asking anyone to read your brain dump. I got no problem with dumps, but they should be done in private with a fan and probably some kind of incense, meaning they should not be shared. I once had an engineer tell me that he loved science fiction, but his number one beef with the genre was that everyone was too emotional. In the future, humanity would be beyond emotion. I'm sorry, but we are emotional animals. That's what human beings are. And if you try to tell a story without emotion, it's going to be one thing: boring. Emotion is at the root of almost every conflict. Not all, but most of the interesting ones. Jesus, you can't hold anyone's attention with that kind of thinking. So get it through your head. You have to have conflict. Oh, and I got nothing against scientists, by the way. Okay, just make that clear. On another note, if you're writing the story of your life and you think we all need to read it because you're so fascinating, you better make sure there is emotion and conflict in your history, and lots of it, or you're not going to have one fan besides your mother. Characters. They need to be three-dimensional. You better know what pisses them off, what they love, what makes them tick, and they should all be different from each other at the personality level. Don't just make one tall with glasses and the other short with a lisp. That's not character, that's superficial, lazy, cliche crap. And another thing, they better change. Not all of them, but your main character better learn something, have something taken, or get stuck in a tree and set them on fire, or all the above. Something better happen to that person, and it better change the way they think and feel. Capiche? Now, I ain't got a lot of time in life, you know? None of us do. So, when I take the time out to be entertained, I want to be entertained. Hey, learning about quantum physics is entertaining if done right. Now, if you hand me a manuscript and I don't get a feeling for where you're going in the first few pages, I'm out of there. You lost me. Even a quantum physics paper starts out with an argument and then the rest of the paper goes on to prove that point. So, you better have something to grab me or I'm using your paper for kindling. Endings. If you leave me on a cliffhanger and did not answer the questions you brought up in your first chapter, I'm going to personally visit your house and watch you eat every page that you fed me. I do not like to have my time wasted. So, I don't care how you end something, kill the hero, boy gets dumped, women cannibalize the men, whatever, but you better have some kind of conclusion or I'm bringing the pain. Got it?
Troll time. Nevs is nothing but troll time. His words are just spume.
Keep singing, little songbird, and before I eat you, this cat would rather hear from the viewers out there, so share your thoughts below, okay? Peace out.